Defeat mega agents. 14 sources of differentiation, plus a formula to be respected. Never talk to anyone until they know you are a someone. Ryan Fletcher. Preface. Introduction. You need not fear the big man. In his book, The Great, Peter H. Thomas tells the story of two men who are splitting wood. One is 6'6", 250 pounds, and in good physical shape. The other is a scrawny 130-pound man with not much muscle. He was more or less what's commonly referred to as a nerd. Anyhow, they started chopping wood at about the same time. When it was time for their morning break, the little guy stopped and took his break. He drank his coffee and relaxed. The big man did not. He kept on working, swinging his axe and splitting wood. The same thing happened when lunchtime rolled around. The little guy stopped and took his break, ate his sandwich and relaxed, while the big man worked right through lunch. When the afternoon break rolled around, the same thing happened again. This continued for 2 weeks. At the end of 2 weeks, the big 6'6" man was baffled. He had noticed, despite working the extra hours and not taking breaks, he wasn't that far ahead of the nerdy little guy when it came to the amount of wood each man had split. What made it even more shocking was the fact the scrawny guy had been leaving at 6 p.m. each day, while the big man often worked till 10 or 11 o'clock each night. After 3 weeks of this, the big man was demoralized. He had noticed the little man's pile was more or less even with his own pile of wood. At the end of the 4th week, the big man was overtaken. Finally, it was just too much for him to take. As the little guy got up from his morning break, the big man said to him, "I cannot understand how you've split more wood than me. You are smaller than I am, you don't have the strength that I have, and your axe is smaller than mine." The little guy replied, "Yes, my friend, but you never stop to sharpen your axe." Truth told, most business owners and entrepreneurs never sharpen their axe. They wake up each morning, head to the office, and just start swinging. When their axe dulls or fails to split wood, when their axe dulls or fails to split wood altogether, because it was never sharp in the first place, their first thought is to just swing harder and harder. All brawn, no brains. In a survey I conducted over 6 months, when I asked real estate agents, if you're not currently hitting the income target you've set for yourself, what's the biggest frustration or roadblock preventing you from doing so? Number one reason, 65.7% said, limited budget and resources keep me from competing with mega agents, i.e. the big man, in my marketplace. This is sad and pathetic, but also it is instructive, mainly because of the fact had the little guy attempted to compete with the big man head to head, stroke for stroke, muscle versus muscle, doing exactly as the big man did, he would have lost. But he didn't. By stopping and taking his breaks to refuel and to sharpen his axe, he baffled the big man and defeated him, working only a fraction of the time. This book, Defeat Mega Agents, is all about sharpening your axe. Most of us are the little guy in the marketplace and must find creative ways, David versus Goliath, to defeat the big man. On a consulting call with a private client, I asked one simple but very important 8-word question. What benefit do you bring to your marketplace? What benefit do you bring to your marketplace? For a second, he was silent. Then he started talking to himself. It was clear answering this question was difficult for him. He said he really had to stop and think about it. He said, I know I provide great service. I know I have a great product and that I have a great deal of knowledge that can help people. But then again, he went quiet after several minutes. He said, but none of that makes me unique, because that's what everyone, all my competitors say too. Then he continued, so really, how the hell am I any different? I said to him, that's the riddle we must solve. I urge you to ask yourself the same question. What unique benefit do you bring to the marketplace that differentiates you from the big man you must compete against and all the other competitors in your industry and area that compete against you? Seriously, take 20 minutes to think about that. Stop reading, ask yourself, what different and unique benefit do I bring to the table? As a business owner and entrepreneur, as a real estate agent, what do I do for my clients that is so different, so profound and effective that justifies my existence in the marketplace? Why do I even deserve to be in the marketplace with all those other players to suck up air and take up space? Without a good answer to those questions, you will forever be stuck going head to head with the big man, stroke for stroke, in a battle you likely can't win. In my past life, when I was a real estate agent, I went to great heights to construct powerful answers to those questions. For those who don't know, real estate is a negative reputation industry, which means basically people hate you before they know you and distrust you before you speak a word. This is true of virtually all sales-related industries because of the public's distaste for salespeople. This is, by the way, why most people fail in these industries too. They never figure out how to overcome this odds against them starting point, where the black chips of antitrust are stacked against them. But using the precise strategies revealed in this book, I did. And in doing so, I was able to operate my business as my members and clients are able to operate their businesses today in a way that most my competitors deemed impossible. Here is the truth about defeating mega agents. When you sell a commodity, which is what most products are, which are what most professional services are, where the perception is that you and every service provider in that industry, i.e. real estate, do the exact same thing and or sell the exact same product, your challenge is to find a way to change the rules of the game so you appear different from competitors. Even if you sell fundamentally the same product or offer the exact same service. In other words, if you can't alter the product or service to gain a competitive advantage, you must alter something else. In this book, we are going to confront and analyze 14 complex and sophisticated ways to alter something else as a pathway to true differentiation in your business. Now, fair warning, these strategies are not magic, fairy type, simple. Most business owners and entrepreneurs, especially most real estate agents, would prefer that I provide a new, simple 8 or 9 word phrase or slogan that can be turned on like a vibrator to immediately start bringing them increased clients counts and profit. I don't blame you. I too wish this simple cure were available for me in my different businesses, but I'm not Alice, this isn't Wonderland, and I don't possess any magical rabbit capable of fulfilling that wish. The business lesson my dad taught me. When I turned 16, my dad unknowingly taught me one of the greatest business lessons of my life. For my first car, he did me a favor and privileged me with a shiny new 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit. It cost $500. The paint was red, but badly faded and chipped. When I crawled inside, it was clear why it was only $500. The dash was cracked, both seats had tears in them, the floorboards had holes in the carpet, mildew filled the air, it was a strong scent. The passenger wing window had been busted out, fixed with plexiglass and duct tape. 2 of the 3 control knobs were missing on the radio, and the more you looked at it and examined, the more you noticed was broken. The best part about the whole car was that it only leaked a little oil, not a lot. There was only one small hole in the muffler, not a big one. To be fair, could I have improved the car, at least its appearance, with a new paint job? Sure. And this is what my dad said to me: take it down to Mako. But as I told my dad, even with a new paint job, it would still be a 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit that looks like hell and smells like shit inside. And trust me, this did not go unnoticed to the girls I dated or tried to date. The point is, of course, and the lesson my dad made clear to me, you can't hope to fix a broken leg with a Band-Aid. If you're not hitting the income targets you've set for yourself, if clients are not flowing to you as freely and as easily as you'd like them to, or if you find yourself spending too much time in marketing and advertising, or have to chase prospects to acquire new clients for your business, then radical changes might be necessary. When I said we'd be sharpening our axe, what I really meant was we'll be throwing the damn axe away and building a mill. Big saws, lots of electricity, profound difference. It's my contention, with the ever-worsening commoditization of almost every industry and category of business, from consumer products and professional services and everything from entertainment to manufacturing, given the vast array of new and ever-expanding options that are available to the consumer and client, not just a fresh coat of paint, but a new car is what's necessary and required moving forward to prosper. Especially in real estate, and especially if your goal and ambition is to defeat mega agents that have sizable marketing budgets that you do not. This book is therefore an opportunity manual. Don't just read it, use it, work with it. If you're a serious entrepreneur, not just playing one in real estate, then you know what that word means: work. But trying to match the big guy stroke for stroke with no strategic advantage, all brawn, no brain, is just plain fucking stupid. Don't worry, I can say that. I grew up in a construction family. My dad was a home builder, and my uncles own a concrete company. On the job site, every other word is a 4-letter word. And after a while, each 4-letter word is just another word. One thing about me, I believe in being authentic. And from time to time, that's how I talk. Bluntly and to the point. So let's get to it.